Lester, you know, maybe you don't. I'll inform you right now as I inform the friends. Friends, Lester just asked me why I'm wearing a toque that says pizza. I'll tell him and I'll tell you all at the same time. The winter season is upon us and temperatures are dropping. Warm I must stay when I'm braving these cold Canadian winters. But I'll just stop everybody. And when I mean everybody, I mean myself. And I do that. Haven't shaved the hair yet. Don't worry, we're pushing forward. Why did you take off the toque? Is that what you just asked me? Well, I'm gonna tell you. You don't need to wear the toque inside when inside is this studio, and inside this studio, the red-hot, dramatic comedy stylings of one man keep this inner sanctum warm. And who's that man, Lester? Do I have to say it for the friends? I don't, and I don't have to say it for you, but I'm going to. Colin from Canada.
Real bad man.
He is the one that brings the red-hot, dramatic comedy stylings to you and to you. Okay? I need to get the trucker hat on as soon as possible. Lester, you know what to do.
What the hell is this?
I speak jive.
Will you stop?
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
They think they got the answers. I take the questions.
You don't like it? We don't care.
What a dumb thing to do. I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
A recognized symbol of excellence since
dramatic comedy. Friends, bring it in, okay? As soon as possible, we're getting right to it. Friends, it's the Dowling Bag Company from Valdosta, Georgia. There's no way I am pronouncing that correctly, but here we go. It is really, really not happening. I've got it on the last gasp fastener, aka nipple. Oh, we're fiddling. Oh, Jesus. The pre-production on the hat today was nothing. Lester, what do you think? I don't need it right now. I know it looks horrible, but you know what? Whole episode, brother. See, I gotta, oh, there we go. The hat is on. I haven't shaved the hair. Already covered it. Don't need to reassess. Did you like the pizza toque? I did. Let me just start off right away. We're gonna ease into the episode, guys. It is 11:18 in the PM on a Thursday evening, and this is the second thing I've filmed. We're doing the whole thing in one night. Come along with me on this journey. You're sure to enjoy. Good coffee is always free. That's close enough. Flip it around. You know him, you love him. It's Daddy, John Riddell, living legend. Kurt Cobain, you did it. And Can Connection, single greatest tag team, walking the earth today, raising it up.
You raise me up.
King of YouTube, I am him. Right now, this is atop my head, but perhaps when the trucker hats run out, we will go back to the crown. It's been so long since I wore it atop my cranium. The pen is taped so I don't play with it. And of course, the honorary Academy Award for all-around greatness from the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. Guys, welcome. I'm glad to have you. You're, of course, glad to have me. The beard is getting bigger, but the love remains. It's just sitting there, all folded up like an old sock. I don't even know. We have the extra large coffee at 11:20. Lester, may I? I felt like I lifted my head up there to get to the drink when I could have just brought the arm down, Lester. Let's try that again. Did you like that? I looked you dead in the eye when that coffee was going down, and we were losing the hat! Guys, it's the welcome, and we are not stopping because I am on a roll. Some things I would like to get to. Last week, I am speaking for my man over here. The producer, the friend, the family. Lester. Certain little thing. Who picked up on it last week? A certain little thing did not appear in last week's episode. Can the friends at home guess what that was? Mike D, I know you would know. Step aside. Pig Boss? Retro Ray? Langdon? 80s Movie Den? Freedom Sufferer Cards? Jason Nupp over at the... Who's picking up on it? I'll just say it because I'm pushing this into the ground. I was going to say beating the dead horse, but we promised we wouldn't go there anymore. We already did it enough with the sponsor. Lester, what didn't appear last week should be appearing very soon. We're early on in the coffee, but the embers have not died because the fire has just been lit. How can there be embers when the fire has just been lit? Lester, I don't know. I went into that not knowing where I was going. Guys, that happens sometimes. Sometimes the words just, and then they go nowhere, into a wall. That's a printer. Sorry. Okay. You guys, I missed the Carlton cafe. He forgot. Lester forgot the Colin from Canada caffeine initiated. I forgot what I called it 5 episodes ago. You know what I'm talking about.
You can feel it. I can feel the power. Yes. Yeah.
Now, because we missed it last week, Lester, perhaps there will be waves. It could be, we could be seeing it more than once. I don't want to give away any clues, but guys, that was a blunder. Lester, scold you, I will not, because I'm partly to blame as well, although I don't like to blame me when perfection oozes out of me like a Razor Ramon promo.
What is this, man?
Okay, next. I have made contact with the potential guest. Clearly will not be appearing on this program unless they get back to me in a few minutes and they appear tonight during the night, which they won't. But contact has been made via the gram. Excuse me. Lester, that's Instagram. You wouldn't know what the kids are talking about. I messaged this guest on the Instagram this afternoon, yet to hear back, but fingers crossed. Guys, this is going to be big, okay? Oh, come on. Hello, Lester. The quote from Colin from Canada.
Real bad man.
Guys, we're going back to episode 14 and the glare, but read along with me. You know how to do it. Alert your place of employment and let the man in charge of whoever needs to know this information. Going forward, you would like May 1st off for a private celebration of the fact that Colin from Canada obtained Return to the 36 Chambers by the Old Dirty Bastard on compact disc. And you will note that I purchased magnets from the Dollar Tree that match the magnets that hang Mr. Cobain. So let's go, guys. Hear it? Love is there. And may I bring attention, women's jeans. Oh yeah, let's do that. Yeah, don't know. It's women's jeans, guys. They live forever. This has gone on for 7 minutes. So Lester, what do you say we start the program? I know. I'll make it quick, guys, because we're already, you know what I'm saying. That hurt. It's been a while since I hurt the fingernail. I know you guys like it when I hurt the fingernail on the Diet Coke can opener, for lack of a better term. We're letting it We're letting the fizz go down. You know how we do it, guys, as we await the remainder of the canister of love into the Dr. Zeus commemorative tumbler. Okay? Okay, Lester, now we can begin. Ceremonial first sip. I felt I needed to say it. Okay, now.
I wouldn't trust a slickster as far as I could throw him across the street.
You wouldn't buy a car from Slick?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Not even a used one.
Not even a bright blue caddy?
Please.
Friends, for the second week in a row, I've gone down to the lower level of the palatial Riddell estate, gone into the pile, and picked out 5 VHS that, some of which I don't remember buying. And let me keep you on the line. This is what they call a tease. Lester, you know, because you're in the business. This is a tease, okay? We have a certain type of VHS that perhaps some of you don't even know exist. But for the diehards, for the lovers of the Please Be Kind Rewind VHS invention, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Guys, what am I talking about? Stay tuned! It's time for 5 VHS and 5 DVDs, otherwise known as 5 Davids and 5 cassettes from the collection. Power Karate, Hunks with Hats, Tai Chi for Arthritis, Stretching to the Classics. Without further ado, The Forest, okay? If you come to the woods, you might be the meal. Steve Brody and Jeanette Kelly star in this chilling nightmare of a camping trip that turns into a cannibal feast. Pursued by the ghosts of a mother and her children, 2 women campers are attacked by the demented father killer of the ghostly trio. One of the women escapes. The other is butchered. The male campers take refuge in the cave of the killer and are invited to a feast. Charlie's portion features his dear departed. The next morning, the male campers are attacked and one survives. The others to become breakfast for the crazed killer. With the help of the ghostly children, the 2 campers destroy the evil and escape the forest. At least for now. 1983, Prism Entertainment. It's been cut, but the majority of the cover remains. Okay, folks? Exterminators in the year 3000. Into the battlefield of nuclear mutants and vicious bikers come exterminators. Did I say exterminators? We gotta go back. Hold on, guys. Friends, I did say exterminators, and I did say of the year 3000. It's from Thorn EMI Video. You know the symbol, you guys, for the VHS lovers out there. Won't read that one, but we're gonna possibly read David Carradine, Night Children. Possibly we are. David Carradine plays a cop on the world's toughest beat, a street in Los Angeles where life is cheaper than a morning paper. The kids who call this street home are as tough as its pavement. Living in darkness, slipping through the shadows, they are night children. Their leader, Blade, played by Griffin O'Neill, cannot help but destroy what he loves. Nancy Kwan plays a probation officer trying to save Blade's girlfriend, Jenny, and her friend Susie from the whirlpool of drugs and violence on the street. In the end, it is only her gun that saves anyone. A taut, well-plotted film, Night Children careens with all the energy and naked violence of today's headlines. All right? Davy Carradine. Do you remember this one, guys? I bet you do if you rented videos in the 80s. Do you love Sherman Hemsley? I know I do. It's Ghost Fever. Ghost Fever, a contagious comedy. Good ghosts, bad ghosts, vampires, and zombies all get into the act when Sherman Hemsley of TV's The Jeffersons opens the door to a haunted mansion and to some ghostly goings-on. Tough-talking cops Benny Alvarez and Buford Washington deliver a routine eviction notice for non-payment of taxes to the inhabitants of an old plantation mansion. Expecting those inhabitants to be alive is their first mistake. Supernatural pandemonium ensues as our mortal heroes fight to free themselves from the ghostly grip of the undead. Even former world heavyweight champion Joe Frazier steps into the ring to battle ghosts and mortals alike in this spiritual spoof. We're talking 1987 and we're talking 85 minutes. Now you guys are wondering, hey, he's already done 4 VHS and he hasn't gotten to the whatever the hell he was talking about in the intro. Guys, we are here. And it is Angel 4 Undercover, from the boardroom to the bedroom, executive by day, Hooker by Night, okay? Now, if we look very closely at the fine print, what does that say? I'll let you read along. That's right, 2 full feature screeners. We talked about screeners a few episodes ago. And not only is it Angel 4 Undercover, Executive by Day, Hooker by Night, but it's Kickboxer 4 The Aggressor, okay, starring Sasha, starring Sasha Mitchell. Okay, you guys know Sasha Mitchell. I think he was in Karate Kid, maybe, was he? Guys, we're gonna have to pause again as I go to hold on. Okay, guys, after further research, I mistaken Sasha Mitchell for Sean Kanan, who was in Karate Kid Part 3. Can we throw up a side-by-side so you guys don't think I'm an idiot? They look like each other, okay? Kickboxer 4, Angel Undercover 4. It is a 2 full-length screener. Maybe you guys have heard of it, but for those that haven't, I probably just blew your minds. On to the DVDs, Bob and Doug McKenzie's 2-4 anniversary. For those that know, I don't need to explain it. For those that don't, I have to. SCTV, Great White North, Bob and Doug McKenzie, Dave Thomas, Rick Moranis. You know about it, you love it. They came back in 2007 and released a direct-to-DVD 2-4 anniversary. And when you open it up, do you get a beer opener? Beer bottle opener? You're goddamn right you do. Did I take that off of the taped portion of... I didn't take it off. It's still complete. Hell Comes to Frogtown with the man, Rowdy Roddy Piper. You don't get anyone better on the mic when it comes to wrestling. Do you get anyone better when it comes to cinematic greatness and the acting stylings of Rowdy Roddy Piper? Several. You get a lot, but you love him. It's Piper. Bloodlust. This is ringing a bell like we've seen it before in either thrift store pickups or a VHS or I don't know, but a deaf and dumb accountant suffers from a psychic trauma in his childhood. As a result, he now collects puppets and mutilates female bodies in the mortuary. After his secret love dies in an accident, his killing spree begins. If that doesn't grab you, nothing will. Embryo, starring Rock Hudson? You're right, one of the first major superstar celebrities to die of AIDS. Lester, that's not funny. It's just a fact. And when I was in pre-production, we do that here because I like to put them in a certain order because there are some I don't read and some I do. You guys get that. I was surprised to see Rock Hudson. This is trying to get a year and trying to do it quickly. Well, that didn't help, did it? Oh, hold on. No, it didn't. Guys, are we pausing again? We're just gonna throw it up in Lester, you know he's gonna do his magic. I'm just seeing how close this was to his actual death from AIDS. Could this have been one of his final projects? Because I'm sure he really wants Embryo to be his final film. Guys, do you like Wilford Brimley, Kevin Bacon, and Levon Helm? You're gonna love End of the Line. In the Name of Progress, also Ron Howard's brother. I always forget his name, but you know him. He's got the bald head and the dicey teeth. He didn't get him fixed. Ron Howard's a zillionaire. He's keeping the jibs. In the Name of Progress, a railroad company takes a magnificent step backward when management decides to abandon the rails for air freight. Now, 2 lifelong Southern Railroad workers, Brimley and Helm, are suddenly unemployed and their town is going out of business. Rather than sit back as their lives and careers are destroyed, the duo, 2 of the screen's most unlikely heroes, take off for the company's Chicago corporate headquarters in a stolen locomotive to tell the chairman of the board a thing or two and fight for their livelihoods and their own town. Friends, if you didn't have me at Kevin Bacon, Wilford Brimley, and Levon Helms, you had me at Stolen Locomotive. That's all I have to give you when it comes to the Davids and the Cassettes this week. How many times did I start and stop this segment? I hope you enjoyed.
And the Hulk now going to work.
Lester, there's a woman in your life that has many admirers. None more than you, that's a given. But the friends out there, the friends looking in on our little world, they have grown to love her as well. I think you know who I'm talking about, and I think you do as well. Her name is Cheryl, and she is married to that man over there, okay? And we all, as a family, love her. But if she needs to raise her voice to save our lives, I grant her permission to raise her voice. Lester, you know it all too well. She raises her voice sometimes, doesn't she? Well, I don't want to speak for her, and nor do you, but I will. She raises her voice to save lives because she loves.
You have no idea who knows me. I'm not the rancher. I got marbles here. I have 2 boobs, not 6. Do you know you have scratchy toilet paper? Are you in the are you in the fireman? Is that what that is? Carl, yes or no? Yes or no? Because
Ms.
guess
Pope
who?
Gonzalez, please.
No. Listen.
Ask you not to
know
raise
what?
your voice to the council members.
You know what?
We appreciate your testimony.
I'm so tired of you people that I can't see straight. I'm trying to save your life.
Friends, as the collection grows, with the continued visitation to thrift stores weekly, and there are 3 rooms in the lower level of the palatial, we're going to keep saying palatial, Riddell estate that are growing and growing. Will we visit those one day? Yes. Will you be astonished at what is going on in those 3 rooms and the utter abundance of good junk that are located in those 3 rooms? God damn it, you will. Okay? But there's a lot of bags. There's a lot of bags that look the same because it's reusable bag time. As you know, we don't use plastic bags anymore. Mark my words. Plastic will make a comeback, okay? You heard it here first, and if these videos live on 25, 50, 75, 100 years from now, when plastic makes the comeback, let it be known, Lester, that Colin from Canada,
real bad man,
said it first. Plastic will make a comeback. Getting to my point, all my crap, my good junk, we call it crap, but it's good junk, lives in dollar store reusable bags. So do I know what is in each bag? Not until I approach them and open and look in and say, hey, there's the Choose Your Own Adventure board game that I bought. Let's give it a go. My point is this. I've been misplacing newly purchased thrift store items that have yet to appear on the program. They cannot go into the collection until they appear for Lester, not really Lester, for you, the friends. Guys, I know what I meant to say. It's time for thrift store pickups. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit? John Dote Hit. John Dote Hit. Dote Hit. John DeHurt. Friends, small bordering on poultry over here. Didn't bring this up last week, but this was from last week's thrift store pickups. You guys know what it is. It's a gavel. This will be added to the long line of things that I bought for the show that I will never use for the show. The verdict is in. Okay. VHS. Never even heard of this one. Puttin. It's a takeoff on Patton, George C. Scott film. He won an Academy Award for it, much like I have over there. So George C. Scott and myself are on the same level. It's here already, Lester. Episode title: George C. Scott and myself are on the same level. Getting back to Putton, wages war on the rude golfer. 4-star golf comedy. You better believe I'm gonna read it. No man ever won at golf by being a bastard. They won by giving the other guy a hell of a lot of respect. That's from General George B. Putton. Old generals never die, they just invade the golf course. Enlist with George B. Putton as he educates 2 obnoxious golfers in the forgotten art of golf etiquette. This hilarious adventure combines golf, bad manners, and a lethal dose of protocol to entertain as well as enlighten. Beginner or expert will howl at this classic golf comedy. A must-own, underlined, for anyone who's ever played with the rude golfer. Now, you want to know why I've been stumbling? Look how that is written. Can you pick up on that? I don't know if you can, but it blends in with the background. Terribly hard to read. It's VHS. How long is this motion picture, if you want to call it that? 35 minutes. It's distributed by Foursome Productions, Los Angeles, California. Executive producers Lee Donaldson and Betty Morris. Produced by Bruce Spears. Written and directed by Jack Donaldson. I'm going to guess that Jack Donaldson portrays General George B. Putton. This isn't on eBay, so clearly it's worth millions of dollars. I broke the tape at the Value Village, but you guys know, if you know, it'll still play fine as long as perhaps you keep it protected in here. I can also replace it with another one. I'm that skilled. Did I spend a lot of time on this? I did. Richard Harrison, fire back. They thought he was dead. They thought they were safe. They were wrong. Dead wrong. Fire back. Let's get into the Blu-rays and the Davids. Major League Bloopers, the funny side of baseball. Now, an older version of this was released on VHS, which I do have. And I'm trying to remember. Was it called? No, Baseball's Sunny Side Up, I believe was the name of it. We're going to throw up the VHS of what I'm talking about so you guys know what I'm talking about. Not that you give a rat's keister. Pushing forward. It's a newer version of baseball bloopers. Guys, you can't go wrong with baseball bloopers, so I purchased it. Guys, do you love Mirko Cro Cop from Pride and UFC? Then you'll love him in Ultimate Force on the Blu-ray. Okay? Anybody else in this that you would care to know of? No. So I won't mention it. Moving on to the CDs, it's the Russian roulette I continue to play with myself when we keep going, Colin. When we play with wow. Guys, signaling it now. Woo! I know what I'm trying to say. It's just sounding like I'm saying something else. It's the Time Life CDs where you never know if you already own it, Colin. It's 1959. We're still rocking, and I don't recognize these two guys. So I don't think I have it. And you know you got to get every year in the Time Life collection as you peel off the sticker. Moving forward, pushing forward, getting to the books. High and Lowest giant size, not the usual size, is Dinner Ready. Followed by High and Lowest, smaller version, House Calls. Okay? We're winding down with the Family Circus Peekaboo, I Love You, as well as the Dennis the Menace, Little Man in a Big Hurry. And there's always time for Marmaduke. Tuned In Marmaduke. This is one I flip-flopped on, but it was only $2. Doctor Who, The Dangerous Book of Monsters, The Doctor's Official Guide. Doctor Who is not a show that I've watched yet, not one single second. The theme song scared the bejesus out of me when I was a child because it came on before today's special.
Today's special, shout it loud and clear. Today's special.
Guys in Ontario and gals in Ontario, not that. Lester, if you haven't, but we know we're going to do it twice, shall we?
You can feel it. I can feel the power. Yes!
Guys and gals in Ontario will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say today's special. Those in America perhaps are in the dark. What I'm saying is I don't know if I've purchased this already, and I've never watched the show, but I own every episode on discs. Finally, it's one that I've been looking for but have not found until now. Guys, it's the Beastie Boys book. If you look online for the price of this, it's a good $50, $60. And I was not going to pay that for it, although I do love it, as I've read part of it from the library. Now I own it, and I'll read it whenever I want. The alarm bells went off with the caffeine. Oh, we know it. Did we make history, Lester? I think we did. I think the caffeine has been initiated twice in one segment, and we got the episode title in the other segment. Guys, I know what I'm talking about. That was thrift store pickups.
And Piper unloading with everything he's got.
Friends, we've touched on this topic before in this segment, and we're here to touch on it again. When severe weather conditions threaten your area of residence, you turn to the news for guidance. You turn to the news for safety. You turn to the news for up-to-the-minute reports on the possible impending doom. The news in this scenario is paramount. They are your lifeline to safety, okay? And however the newsman or newswoman decides to present that to you is up to them, but it has to get to you. We've seen it before with the idiot from Fox News. Okay, let's touch on that right now.
You and everyone you know are dead. All of you. Because you can't survive it. It's not possible unless you're very, very lucky. And your kids die too.
Okay? If they feel that that's the way that they need to present the weather to you, to grab your attention, to get you, that's how they're going to do it. And it is no different across the pond, as they say. You know where we're going. I think it's Ireland. That's where we're going for this news report, for this news story. And the intestinal fortitude that this woman showcases for you, if you are someone living in Ireland. You guys who are watching probably aren't living in Ireland, but you get what I'm saying. It's time for this week's hard-hitting news clip.
Done something that is very good.
He was murdered,
but now he's dead.
Reach out to the man who died.
To the man. Your mama, she's for free and everybody knows it.
It's treacherous, and we will be following developments there. I suppose Una Cross-Malina crystallises just how treacherous the weather conditions are here in the west and the northwest. Cannot repeat the advice often enough from the Gardaí. Don't make unnecessary journeys. Don't take risks on treacherous roads. And don't swim in the sea. Incredibly, people have been spotted in the water here in Blackrock and Salthill both today and yesterday. Galway City Council say their actions are idiotic. Not only are they putting their lives in danger, but it is unacceptable and unforgivable to put the lives of people in the rescue services at danger as well.
Okay, Tracy, we'll leave it there and let you go. Thank you.
Friends, somber tone. Somber tone. It is rare where I have to admit that I made a mistake. But when I do, I will. And this is one of those times. Do I beg for your forgiveness? Perhaps. Do I just admit my mistake and hope you take me back into your bosom? Yes. A few weeks back, I purchased 2 items for that man down there at a thrift store, and they were not included in the weekly thrift store pickups on this very program. Lester, I don't want to hear it. We've got a good groove going here. Okay, the wheels are in motion. The show is moving along nicely. I am feeling very caffeinated. So let's not yell at me right now or ever. Back to you guys. 2 items were bought for John that weren't in the thrift store pickup segment, and I apologize to you, the friends, and I hope you accept my apology. But they are part of the John Riddell Legend segment coming up. I purchased for John 2 bird feeders, and not just any bird feeders. Bird feeders that included suction cups. So John could do his daily crossword, jumble, and Sudoku that he always gives up on every morning and be able to see the sight of birds upon his window, nibbling away at birdseed. Do birds nibble? I just told you they do. We went and got birdseed at Canadian Tire. That's what the clip's all about. And I, again, apologize for not showing you those bird feeders in a pickup that I did several weeks ago. Forgive me. Please enjoy John Riddell, Living Legend.
How much is in butter? How much is in butter? How much is in butter?
Friends, Colin from Canada here. We're back at Canadian Tire. The legend's in the back with the other legend riding shotgun. You know about it. We're on the hunt for birdseed. And I think I've taken a wrong turn down to the dog. Let's double back. Hold on. Johnny's doing a U-turn. We've realized it's not in the dog food aisle. It's in the gardening section. Colin, you foolish idiot. Let's do it. Sorry, John, am I in the way?
Yeah, move your ass.
28 pounds of no corn blend. Watch those tight corners, John. I don't know if you can pick that up, but we're looking for Toblerones. Johnny likes to hand out Toblerones around Christmas, but there's a good chance they're not here yet. But we're going to see if they're here. Again, you can cut the excitement with a knife. I think we found them. Okay, I don't see them on that. Oh, there they are, John, right there. Friends, we found the Toblerones.
One block.
Uh-huh. Friends, we're going for everything on the list, especially when, as you know, there's $150 worth of Canadian Tire gift cards burning a hole through John's pocket. And look, we found the batteries. Okay, we're looking for value. Yeah. Oh, that's good. There you go. Save $9.
How about the AA?
Yeah?
Okay.
Friends, I sound like a broken record. And if I sound like a broken record, I hope that record is Mr. TB somebody.
Now everybody's got their time to play.
It's that time again in the show where we look to my phone and one broken camera and one good camera. And we delve into the camera roll and look at some hilarious photos that I've taken. Perhaps I've taken them a while ago. In this case, we have taken them a while ago. Have we asked the girlfriend, hey, do you have any photos I could use for the show? We have. Guys, it's time to go through my camera roll. Dry cleaning movies, mushrooms on toast. Just a couple of horses' asses. Electric pressure cooker, urinating. Passion fruit chest cake, Charles Barkley. Friends, are you ready for the single worst? Let's go through my camera roll. I am too. Photo number 1. Quite possibly have already shown this on the program. I can't remember. Got to make a note of the over 250 photos I've shown already. This is Colin at a parade, a Christmas parade. Obviously, I'm wearing a reindeer costume. Girlfriend used to work for an animal shelter, and I was part of the parade. And I was dressed as a reindeer. It's a Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho type motif, because we're creeping closer to the holidays. Pardon me, I've taken a break from filming to have some Chinese food because, you know, it's just over there and it beckons me. Okay, pushing forward with the worst camera roll ever. Photo number 2. Girlfriend was dog sitting, 5 cats and 5 dogs, and we had hail. And this is my girlfriend displaying the hail in her hand. It's gonna be one of those camera rolls, guys. It gets better, I hope. Not this one, photo number 3. This is Colin pumping gas, and one of the 5 dogs that we were dog sitting, that's Jack. He's looking at greatness pump gas. Jack. Photo number 4. My girlfriend used to have a regular customer that she dog sat, and this was one of the CDs that was near her stereo. Is that Tom Wopat from Dukes of Hazzard? You're goddamn right it is. Is that signed by Tom Wopat? Again, you are goddamn right it is. Can we, okay, we'll finish bigger because those were horrendous. Photo number 5. This is actually a photo I took, one of the only photos I took this week. Guys, it's immediate customer parking only. Immediate customer parking only. Guys, I'd like to thank you for joining me as well as Lester for the single worst Let's Go Through My Camera Roll segment. Did I say this last week? Because I'm going to say it again. I'll try and do better next week, guys. I hope to see you there.
Andre's hot now. He's all done playing.
Lester. Ray is a passionate man. Judging by stories you've told me during the family get-togethers, you know that. The friends are learning that slowly each week as we view the passion of the Ray. Just thought of that now. Passion of the Ray on David Orkeset, please. But that joke will never die. Yes, pushing forward. Ray has taken the Constitution to heart, and he is letting everyone know that rules do not apply at city council meetings when he is talking about the Constitution. He can say what he wants, he can talk for as long as he wants, and he is not letting anyone stop him. Guys, Ray continues this week. And again, he's on fire. Lester the man's on fire.
Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city. Raymond Lyman, ridiculous. You calling me a liar? Well, I ain't gonna think about suing the city.
I never said you were out of order. I said.
Oh, but the Queen Mother did.
Oh, you can't do that, Raymond. You can't say those names about people.
And the
Please.
Constitution says I could say what I want.
It does not, Raymond. You.
And the rules of council does not exist.
Raymond.
The Constitution
hold on for one.
Freedom of speech.
Hold on for 1 second.
Friends, how many more swimming puns can I make? Get ready to dive in the deep end. You don't need a flotation device. Get your swim trunks on. Perhaps you're going to go skinny dipping. What else could I say? Friends, the tepid pool of public filth is not needed. No pool of water, no water at all is needed to come into this deep dive. Guys, it's time for the Deep Cut Deep Dive. Lester didn't know what clips to take from the Deep Cut Deep Dive, so instead Colin from Canada is singing over this bumper. I assure you, this is real. Friends, those in Canada will know. Those on the east coast of America in the New York State area will know because I know it made its way down there. But hopefully, with the vast audience that is currently tuned in to Colin from Canada,
real bad man,
they will now learn about the quintessential Canadian program that made you stop and think, what on earth were they thinking? But goddamn the talent of one man. Guys, we're talking about the hilarious House of Frightenstein. Produced locally in the Hammer, you guys remember, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. 1971, 130 episodes were produced. And these babies went, I believe, an hour, possibly an hour and a half. I probably should have made sure I knew what the length of it was before I started, but we're gonna push forward. Guys, a children's program took place in a castle, the Castle of Frightenstein, and really only starred two people, Billy Van and Fishka Reyes. Billy Van, let's get into it right away. These are the people that Billy Van portrayed in full makeup and a different voice for each character. Count Frightenstein, the Wolfman, Bwana Clyde Batty, Dr. Petvet, Griselda the Ghastly Gourmet, the Librarian, Maharishi, and the Oracle. Hopefully I haven't forgot any. And they had little segments, and for instance, the Wolfman would play a song and then he would dance along to it. Bwana Clyde Batty would show animal films, you know, here's a lion, here's a whatever. Dr. Petvet would have an actual animal come into the castle and you would learn about the dog or the hamster or the whatever. Griselda the Ghastly Gourmet was just a witch that would concoct all these things and talk nonsense to the kids. The Librarian would read a passage from a book that I believe was off the top of Billy Van's head, or it would actually be in the book written prior to saying action. The Maharishi was sort of a Indian guru type guy with flowers and long hair. And the Oracle was an old-time fortune teller who would see things in his crystal ball. Also in the show was Fishka Reyes, who was the larger partner in crime of Count Frightenstein. They would always open the program, and he was a bit of an Igor, his name was Igor, type character, a dumb, you know, tag-along lackey to the Count of the castle. Vincent Price did the opening. He was paid a certain amount to come and do the voiceover. And I believe he was offered either a lump sum or part of the show or something like that. He took the lump sum. And perhaps my favorite character on the show, who wasn't really a character, he was actually a real person and a real professor. His name was Professor Julius Sumner Miller. And he was a university professor who just had a blackboard. And he would do these equations that even we wouldn't understand, and this was a show for children. And if you read the history of it, the cameramen and the producers had no idea what the guy was talking about, and this was for 6-year-olds. So, and he was in every episode at the end. Anyways, just an amazing program that I think if you watched as an adult, it still holds up. Much like you can't do that on television. The jokes are corny, but it's still watchable. And guess what, guys? The entire series is available on Tubi. Now, a lot of the episodes are very similar, but they're all fun to watch. I don't think you're gonna watch all 130 unless you truly fall in love with it, but watch a couple of them and I think you'll dig it. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Great piece of Canadian television, great show from Hamilton, the Hammer, and Billy Van sadly passed away, but one talented, I almost swore there, one talented guy, Billy Van. Hilarious House of Frightenstein. Check it out.
Another pinning combination.
Friends, if you're lucky, Richard Dawson will kiss you. Lester, I know what you're saying. The man is dead, so perhaps he's not laying his lips upon yours, nor the friends. I perhaps should not speak ill will of the dead. I'm not speaking ill will when I'm saying about his passionate lips touching yours. I think that's a compliment. It's 1:30 in the morning, guys. It's time for this week's clip of the week.
things aren't going my way. I'm thinking pasta. 2,500.
Here's the VHS collection.
Your Construction Safety Association.
Oh, Jenny. Something you make conversation about when you meet a stranger.
How about maybe mutual friends? Someone you might...
I got you.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen you before. How's Harry? Who's Harry? My friend. Julie, I love you, but you're funny. Mutual friends? No.
Friends, apologies are in order if in fact you took my advice at this point in the show last week when I told you to wager large amounts of money on the Kansas City Chiefs to cover the 3.5-point spread. Well, Lester, I already know what happened with you, I gotta tell, and they already know what happened with them. Kansas City didn't cover the spread, and guess what? They didn't even win the game. Guys, we're going back to the well. Gorilla, thank you. Again, pushing forward. Open up the wallet, crack open the bills, and lay some money on your New Orleans Saints to cover the spread of 2.5 at home against the Atlanta Falcons. Guys, it's time for Gorilla Monsoon Quote of the Week.
Did you see that?
Couldn't see it from our vantage point.
Will you stop? All kinds of pandemonium broken loose here.
Just slipped out the back door.
Atomic drop coming up, yes.
Friends, we are slowly creeping towards a new champion over on the poll, over on the show and tell. You're going to learn about that in mere moments. As you know, we have a new challenger, and he is one of my favorites. This hat is awesome. Delta Force Pizza. Delta Force Pizza. Friends, angling to the right. I'm looking at the poll right now. We got 8 votes, my friends. And it is a 5-vote-3 in favor of the challenger. Animal and the Electric Mayhem stage playset, okay? If all of the votes, you know the drill, we probably have a new champion. We do. His name is Animal, and he holds down the fort for the Electric Mayhem band on the Electric Mayhem stage playset. But, as you know, it's never easy as champion. Just like Hulk Hogan, there were constant challengers coming up the ranks to take on the champ. And this gentleman down here, I believe, has the intestinal fortitude. I think I've already said that this episode. We're going to say it again. He has the intestinal fortitude to wear the Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk Show and Tell Weekly Poll Championship belt, which does not exist as of yet. I know what you're saying. Colin, stop talking and just get to it, guys. We're going into the figures, and we're starting with the Great Gonzo. Okay, now I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. How in the world can the Great Gonzo take on Animal and the Electric Mayhem stage playset? Well, just stop and think about it, okay? The Great Gonzo is a showman, a performer, a comedian. Most importantly, the Great Gonzo is a stuntman, okay? That shows heart and that shows guts, okay? Animal is a lunatic, we know that. So it could be a good match. You got maybe more heart than brains in the stuntman, the performer, the showman, the comedian, the Great Gonzo against the lunatic. It's a hell of a match, guys. But my man, the Great Gonzo, has a secret weapon. Oh, do you see it? Oh, you know. For those Muppet fans, you know the name of that chicken right there. For those that aren't Muppet fans, I'll let you know. It's Camilla, okay? So he's not walking into the ring alone. Camilla the chicken is coming along, okay? This guy's a sneaky devil. Does he fail at every stunt he does? You're goddamn right he does, okay? But I think he has the abilities to take on Animal and the playset. Guys, okay? We'll take a look at the back here. Watch that glare. I know it's atrocious. But we have the other, he's from Series 5, if you want to get technical, okay? Pepe, the Muppet Newsman, and Janice were also in Season 5, okay? Shall I read the back? The great Gonzo as seen on The Muppet Show. Job, purveyor of unique cultural experiences. Special talents, okay? Here's where it comes. Animal, are you listening? Lester, I know you are. I know you are. Brick wrestling, self-hypnosis, playing bagpipes while flagpole sitting, one-handed cannonball catching, mold gardening, spoon hanging, diffusing bombs while reading the works of Percy Bysshe Shelley. Camilla likes Camilla the chicken and well-built cows. Dislikes culture without pain, nasal congestion. Guys, it's the great Gonzo. It's Animal and the Electric Mayhem stage. It's going to be a hell of a match, and I need you to vote now.
Arm whip again. No, reversal.
Friends, let's take a peek behind the curtain of Colin from Canada presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk. When I last mentioned it was Thursday during filming, well, we've jumped ahead a bit, and it is now Saturday, 12:38 p.m. in the afternoon. And in between those two filming days, I have opened up Microsoft Clipchamp and found that it is slow as molasses. I'm going to get into that in the goodbyes, but I'm trying to do limited interruptions and blunders, but hopefully after I stop talking, Lester will roll to the bumper and we will present to you at least some bloopers where I lost track of all time and space. What am I doing? Gotta stop saying, What can I tell you? Try again, son. What am I, deep in thought up in here? That's here nor there. You are actually laughing. Guys, the episode can only go downhill from here. Come along and see. Several VHS. We're gonna get... Guys, are you... Wow. Friends, are you... Let's just start again. Or a electrical because it's paramount. Our safety needs to be in the Riddell estate that holds my items is a... Where am I going? Where am I going? Lester, where am I going? It is now Saturday, 12:38 in the afternoon. Last time I mentioned, it was, I believe, Tuesday. No, it was Thursday. Last time I mentioned filming, it was Thursday. Now it's Saturday. People, I don't know. I'm just gonna... On this team that, well, who is it again? Who did I take? Yes! So, start again. In Riddell, aka I want to go as fast as I can because we got to get the trucker hat on, but we got to do this is it. Trucker hat atop my head. And you got to batten down the hatches, as our friend once said. You need to know when, where, how, why, when. Have I said that already? Probably have.
Backbreaker, well executed.
Apology is in order, and first and foremost, right off the bat, to Queen Mother of Canada, aka my mother, aka Lynn Riddell. Mom, sorry. We didn't give you a proper introduction, we meaning me. Who's me? Colin from Canada.
Real bad man.
Did not give you a proper introduction last week as I forgot to film it. So this week, we're going to do it proper. We're going to do it right. Lester, we're going to do it right. Do you accept my apology? Of course you do, because I'm telling you that you accept the apology. Friends, do you accept my apology? I don't even have to ask. You are ever forgiving. Guys, it's time for Conversational Scottish with Queen Mother of Canada.
Did you get a chance to peek at Ebony Lecht the other night? Did you get a chance to peek at Ebony Lecht the other night?
Friends, it's that time again. Now, I'm not going to preach. You guys know. The entire episode is learning. We know this. But specifically, this portion of the program is the most important learning aspect of Colin from Canada Presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk. It is, of course, the sponsor. I have had a now long-running relationship with public service announcements. And myself and Lester, I did it right this time, will continue to have that partnership, that bond, that intertwining of fingers that reveal a bond and friendship that hopefully will last months, if not years. And it continues this week. Friends, there are things in our lives that all of us have that perhaps we don't feel poses a threat to anyone. The everyday things around the home, the everyday things around the workplace. There are things that can hurt children that perhaps we don't realize. Whether it be the stove, whether it be an electrical outlet on the wall, the garage door. Guys, there's dangers everywhere that can hurt not only us, but our children. And they're everyday items that everyone owns. This week, I think all of you will agree that this public service announcement needs everyone's ears and everyone's eyes to take a look at, to learn from, to protect the children. Because there's a danger that all of us own.
You ever had India food?
Will you please stop?
Catch it.
The Empire of Taste. Will you please stop?
Catch it.
A grain pit looks like a sand pit to a child. It looks like somewhere nice to play, but it's not. It's like quicksand, or it's a way to drown without water. It will suck a child down before you can save it. So keep the children away and put a grid on it.
Friends, it is with sweet sorrow that I bring you the conclusion to Colin from Canada Presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk episode 42. Guys, it's the goodbyes. I think you know where I'm going, and you are following close behind, but not too close, because you know I have my pet peeves with drivers. I know you guys wouldn't do that. I know you guys don't do anything that drives me nuts out there on the road. Speaking of driving, I know, guys, I know. Mark my words, okay? I've probably said this before. Lester, okay, I have. Even though I haven't even said it yet, but Lester knows what I'm about to say. Yeah? Driving with Colin. I know, I hear you. I hear you. It is the most anticipated segment in the history of Colin from Canada Presents Colin from Canada's Good Junk. I know that because I know, as well as Lester, as well as you guys, if you know how animated I get, and you do, with certain things that are ridiculous in this world, Driving with Colin will only bring that to a peak that you guys have never seen before, and it's going to be good. This week, I promise, I will install the camera and I will have footage for you next week. I promise. And I'm putting a Colin guarantee on it. Guys, have I talked about it before? It's rare. We're putting the Colin guarantee on it. That means it's going to happen, okay? Not my football picks. This is a Colin guarantee, okay? So, driving with Colin next week. At least something from the new dash cam, because it looks so nice. I mean, in the videos of people using it. I've never used it yet because I haven't hooked it up yet. Pushing forward. The guest, as you know, I let you know earlier in the filming that I had contacted the guest via Instagram. That was Thursday, sorry. Again, I've told you it's now Saturday. I have yet to hear back from him. Or is it a him? Or is it a them? Guys, you don't know what's going on. Okay. How long do you give the guest before perhaps you message them on Facebook? Because maybe they don't check their Instagram. Okay, I'm gonna need some words of advice. Hopefully, I'd like to have him in the next episode. If all goes well, he'll be in the next... Did I say he again? Guys, it could be a she and it could be a they. Lester, have I blown it? I haven't, because they still don't know. What I'm getting at, best case scenario, the guest appears in the next episode, episode 43. But I got to hear back from the guest. So fingers crossed, you guys. I'm going to give this person a certain amount of time, and then perhaps I will contact the guest on Facebook and maybe get a better response. Last week I mentioned hurting my back when I came to work during the night to move an industrial fridge. I'm going to throw up a picture of the industrial fridge right there so you know exactly what I moved. And if I can, I'm going to look it up online to get an actual weight of that fridge to let you know what I was moving by myself. Guys, is that not exciting? You're goddamn right it is. Mentioned earlier as well the problems I've been having with Microsoft Clipchamp. And perhaps if anybody else works with Microsoft Clipchamp, you can help me out here in the comments. When I upload an MOV file, which is a movie from your iPhone, it takes forever to load into the program. However, if I convert that MOV file to an MP4 file, instantly it's up in the program and I'm ready to edit. That used to happen, then it stopped happening, and now it's happening again. I think it has something to do with Microsoft Edge WebView 2. That's beyond my capabilities when it comes to the computers. I can download with the best of them. I can burn to any type of format, but when it comes to the inner workings of the attachments that are used for programs, right over Colin's head and this adorable hat. So if anybody knows why Microsoft Clipchamp is a piece of garbage when it comes to uploading MOV files, please let me know. I think I've covered everything. I want to mention again all my viewers that are expecting a package by Christmas. Colin guarantee on that as well. David, are you listening? I hope you're still watching. Pig Boss, I'm not sending you anything unless you give me your address and then I'll send you something. I meant to say Mike D in Langdon. Don't fret. Is that what the kids are saying, Lester? Don't fret? Fret? Is that a big word in with the kids? With the youth? Fret. By Christmas, okay? Don't worry, guys. I'm on it. I believe the Canada Post is in full swing. I'm not too sure, but by Christmas, David and Mike D, okay? I haven't forgot about you. I'm just... Things are happening and you know how it is. But again, it's a free package from a legend. Not a legend, a hero. Hang tight, guys. Keep watching. I'm still entertaining as I put stuff together to send you. I have an idea for Mike D in Langdon that you're... Let me just put it this way. It's a part of history. Okay. I've said enough. I'm going to shut it. Hope you're enjoying. I continue to put forth absolute nonsense. And if this... I'm getting a message from a tag team partner, sorry. Colin, focus. If this guest happens, you guys are going to love it. And you guys are going to... Okay. Remember, the pepperettes are a firm $12. There is no haggling. De Paperate seinen Steifig $12 ein Aufdinger.
A recognized symbol of excellence in
dramatic comedy.